Audeze makes my #1 headphone choice. Settle down. That I've owned. See, yeah, you thought I was. These are the headphones that I'm referring to, the LCD-X's. If I ever have a choice, I'm going with these. Why would I say that? Of course, I didn't ruin other collaborations with other brands by saying that. Now, I haven't owned all of the headphones that are out there, right? However, today we are talking about the LCD-X's other half, the LCD-XC, closed back version. Let's unbox it and take a look. These are the Audeze LCD-XC with planar magnetic drivers powering your sound. These are the closed-back versions of the LCD-X's. The frequency response of 10 Hz to 50 kHz with the impedance of 20 ohms, very easy on your outputs, and a braided, balanced 4-pin mini XLR cable and a heavy-duty travel case. Right there. Oh, that shiny shell. Of any headphone that I've tried, the highest quality components has that high quality build. You know it from the moment you have them in your hand. The first thing you're gonna notice is that they are heavy. There's no sugarcoating it, there's no skating around that fact. Accept it, become friends with it. The great news is that they're very, very comfortable. Got the leather head strap and the height is adjustable. Slight rotation and a little bit of tilt on the cups. These are the sexiest, most lush Bentley Maserati ear pads. I love headphones with thick ear pads like this. And the cups are large enough to fit around my ears. These are big ears. I gotta say it. I gotta point it out to you. I wanna be transparent, dude. These are big, weird ears. You don't just throw these on. You have to slow motion, dramatic music. So what is the deal with planar magnetic drivers? Let's have Mark tell us more.
So let me give you a little, how can I put it, a little science lesson on planar magnetics.
It's science.
They're quite different than a regular headphone driver. Regular headphone drivers are generally scaled down versions of these conventional speaker drivers. So you've got a voice coil and a magnet and a spider and all these glue joints. You have the mass of the surround as well as the cone material. It makes it kind of bulky and there's a lot of mass to move. So with planar drivers, you don't have that. You have a very, very thin film. And the film is a couple of microns thick. And how thick it is depends on our particular models. They do vary. And then you also have to put some type of conductive material on top of it. In this case, we use aluminum. That's why this is silver. Otherwise, this would look clear. This is about, if you're familiar with saran wrap, it's kind of like saran wrap, but even thinner. And some of our products are as thin as a red blood cell. And so if you have enough magnetic flux or density to drive that film and the aluminum in this case, then it becomes very, very accurate in terms of reproducing transients or the impulse response. So sounds that have like hitting the snare, kick drum, popping strings on a bass, explosions, car crashes, that initial percussive wave comes across very, very true on a planar driver. It's difficult to do that with a dynamic driver. Not that it can't be done, but it usually requires a more exotic and more expensive dynamic driver to achieve that sort of thing. So because this is low mass, it's easy to move. As you can see, very few moving parts, just one thing. No glue joints, none of that other stuff to deal with. The other thing we do that's different than everybody else is that some years ago we pioneered using lasers to etch the voice coils. So lasers actually cut through this aluminum material for the voice coil. So it's very accurate and gives a very clean cut. Other manufacturers were still stuck in the dark ages of using what we call chemical etching.
Sure.
So if you're familiar with how printed circuit boards used to be made, like you put some copper on it, you put resist, you put a chemical bath, it eats it away, whatever's left is still conductive. The problem is you get with chemical etching what we call, I think the highly technical term is mouse bites.
All right.
So if you look at them under a microscope, it's like little flaky, chunky edges or whatever, like a mouse has been biting on them or whatever. So you can't make those very consistent, and you can't make them close. And so if you notice, the patterns tend to come, how can I put it, narrow and wide across. And that corresponds to where the magnets are across the driver. And for example, this is the finished driver assembly. That's with the magnets and the frame and everything that we use in the LCD-X, which you have, and the LCD-XC, which you just listened to. So this has the magnets and the phaser waveguides. And of course, the backside.
Okay.
So this is actually the driver inside an LCD-X or an XC, for example. And the 3 and the 2 would look very, very similar. There can be some differences in the number of waveguides and magnets we use, the winding, so to speak, that we use for the voice coil. Some are of lower impedance, some are of higher. There are some difference in sensitivity between the different models depending what their ultimate use case is. Now, another thing we have, another patent, is our flexor magnets. Now normally, for those of you who didn't fall asleep during science class, you remember that magnets have a north pole and a south pole.
Sure.
And there is an even distribution of magnetic density or flux between those poles. We changed that. So imagine if you could take a magnet and actually bend it in a U so all the flux was on one side. That's what we're able to do with our flexor magnets. So this is sort of a demo case. These are 2 magnets that we use. These are our flexor magnets. By the way, this is N50 neodymium magnet material. Here's just a steel bar, and I'll pull it apart. Easy. Doesn't make too much noise. Everything's cool. Life is good. If I turn it to this side, which is, how can I put it, the fully active side, much louder sound, much stronger to pull apart. You know, you got to work out at the gym and whatever. And this enables us to make a magnet that is either twice as powerful or twice as efficient in the same size, or one that's the same power but in half the size. So it does give us the ability to make a much more efficient magnet structure or a more powerful one at the same time.
That makes a lot of sense.
End of beginning science class of planar magnetics. Thank you.
Excellent sound isolation. Without getting into the weeds of technical details and marginal differences, in terms of sound, these are top of the food chain. Crystal clear is a phrase that comes to mind. They have a very revealing sound. Open, it's detailed, it's crystal clear. Very crispy highs. They're planar magnetic, so you get that fast transient response. Snappy snares, crispy hi-hats, that kind of thing. When you're listening to your favorite music, vocals sit forward, they're in your face, lots of separation in the different elements in the mix. They're just a pleasure to listen to. I love, love, love the low end on the LCD-X series. The LCD-X series has my favorite low end sound. I love the low end sound like I love the low end sound on my Foot Pro 2s. I really love to feel the low end on my headphones, and the LCD-X series has everything I want. The sound stage is wide, it's precise, and here's a bonus. When you pick up your pair of LCD-Xs, don't forget to download their Reveal plugin. The Reveal plugin adds additional frequency correction and room emulation for very popular and famous studios, and speaker emulation, critical listening rooms, so very handy tool. But the LCD-Xs are perfect for production, perfect for gaming, podcasting, recording. For me, they're kind of the Rolls Royce of headphones. You can record with other headphones, obviously. If you want to sit in a Rolls Royce while you do it, I haven't done a review on this channel about the LCD-X's, but I feel the same way if you were doing a mixing or mastering project. I have the best of both worlds in these two headphones. I feel I must mention that this video is not sponsored by Audeze. Okay? Okay? This is not a sponsored video. They did give me the hat though. So that's the Audeze LCD-XC, the LCD-X series, you know, touched on both. If I ever have a choice, I'm choosing one or the other. These are my five-star caviar restaurant. That said, I've owned and reviewed a few of my favorite headphones on this channel, and I'm going to review more. If I want to go light, I go Austrian Audio Hi-X65, I go Alo Audio S4X, S5X, or my Sonarworks Calibrated DT990s. Those are my light options. But the LCD-X series covers everything I need, truly. There are other headphones at this price point that offer subtle differences, marginal differences, in my opinion. I'm at least 99% happy. 99%. If you have an opportunity to purchase or trade up for these, don't hesitate. I want to thank you guys again for watching. I want to thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your support. I have more cool videos coming for you guys, so don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. I will catch you on the next video. Peace.